Welcome to today's hit show. Folks, are you ready to break into laughter? This show revolves around the story of Diplomas, and merely hearing that word prompts me to loudly voice my complaint. Everyone went silent, and the woman quietly packed her things, thinking, I wish I could stay here. Little did she know, the white leader not only tore off the label from the coffee pot, but also smashed the whites only sign with a stick. Everyone was stunned. In 1961 America, white supremacy reigned. No one expected their smash would make America first to land on the moon and rescue its global tech dominance. And it all boils down to the woman in front of us, and everyone has been urging me to upload a new video. I even got the new computer. Editing is now super fast, such a relief, but my old laptop gave me quite the headache. You know how it is once you order. Someone shows up to pick it up, you pay if you're happy, and cancel if you're not. This is tailor-made for us gross sailors who just want a hassle-free deal, and they have a crazy variety of stuff. You all should check it out too. Our heroine, Catherine, has been like a cheat code since childhood. She skipped grades at 10 due to her insane math skills, got into college at 14, and earned 2 degrees in math and French by 18 unbeatable. Catherine got to work for NASA, and she should have had an awesome working environment and salary. But the reality was quite the opposite. One day she was driving to work when her car just broke down. What a disaster. She and her 2 friends were stranded and decided to hitch a ride, only to have a cop car pull up right when they stuck their hands out awkward. Upon the arrival of the police, they cast suspicious glances at them, creating a tense atmosphere, and the 3 quickly produced their ID to establish their identities. After knowing they worked for NASA, a cop looked up and said, "Them Russians are watching." Turns out, the US and the Soviets were in a space race, both wanting to be the first to send people into space. But in April 1961, the Soviets sent a dog named Lake into space first. Human spaceflight seemed just around the corner, but the US was still searching for a breakthrough. This left everyone in tension during the Cold War, and under such national pressure, the cops did a 180. They not only patiently waited for her to fix the cop, but even offered to escort them to NASA House Suite. However, the fight was just getting started. Once the previous supervisor fell ill, Steady Rosie became the acting leader. Since they were all temp workers, managing was a real headache. But things improved once Rosie took charge. After working for a year, Rosie took the initiative to approach the HR supervisor to inquire about matters related to promotions and raises, but unfortunately, she was only met with cold indifference. Mary's luck, however, was pretty good. The new project head really appreciated her physics skills and specifically asked for her. Mary was over the moon about it and dashed to the lab for manned spacecraft test. She was just passing by when her heel got stuck on the pedal, like foreshadowing every bump ahead. The experimental result was disheartening. A mere wind tunnel test blasted the heat shield to 708 degrees, heartbreaking. If they got to real space conditions, the astronauts would have to say their goodbyes. The project had found and fired off a few professional questions, but Mary answered them all like a champ. Impressed, she thought it was such a waste for this bright girl to be stuck in calculations for life. So soon after, she recommended Mary for the engineering training program, officially making her an aerospace engineer. Mary was thrilled, but had to return to reality. If you were a big man, would you want to be an engineer? Not me, I already am. Meanwhile, a white female supervisor suddenly showed up in the black office area, saying the space department desperately needed a geometry whiz. Rosie confidently recommended Catherine, saying, I've yet to see a math problem she can't solve. After passing the review, Catherine joined the space department, and Fate's wheels began to turn. She thought this was finally her chance to shine, but upon entering, she was handed a trash can. Yup, she was mistaken for a janitor. When she explained she was a new mathematician, everyone gasped. No welcomes, no greetings, just the cold, hard commands from the secretary. Catherine awkwardly searched for her workstation, and the department head, Al, saw this and decided to give her a test. He handed her a thick book of complex data to test her skills. Little did he know, Catherine quickly provided the correct algorithm, and even better than the previous method. The head immediately appointed her to check other colleagues' calculations, including the project lead, Paul, who was pretty snobby. Having a newcomer whose black check his data was a big blow to his ego. He tossed the thick book of data to Catherine, saying, I'm checking my stuff, no worries. But when Catherine opened it, she was stunned. The key data was completely smudged. How is she supposed to calculate that? The group leader coldly stated it was confidential, and she had no right to see it. Facing this challenging leadership, Catherine could only carry on, but it was all for nothing. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.